Good afternoon, everyone. It is Adina here with Beyond the Veil with me. I am grateful to be before you all this Thursday afternoon. I hope you all are well as well. So, I wanted to tap into Katt Williams. I will say before I conduct this reading that I am a fan of Katt Williams. He is one of my favorite comedians. I would say him, Bernie Mac, Tony, Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy. I'm a fan of Eddie Murphy in the 80s and 90s. I think Dr. Dolittle and anything present to then I can't get with, but I'm a fan of Harlem Nights Eddie Murphy. I'm a fan of Raw Eddie Murphy. I am a fan of what other comedians do I really like? Katt Williams, Bernie Mac, Charlie Murphy. I like Tony Rock too. I like the Wayans family. But yeah, Katt Williams is one of my Luenell. She's my Luenell, Monique, all the queens of comedy I like. So yes, I'm going to do this reading on Katt Williams. And I just wanted to put it out there that I'm a fan of his, even though that's not going to interfere with any bias in my reading. Although I tend to like people for more than just their, like, I agree with his opinions, with his perspectives on things. He said that he doesn't think that Ricky Smiley and Tyler Perry could play men convincingly. I said that in my Tyler Perry reading, that it just made me uncomfortable seeing him try to play a straight male. I'm all about pulling back the curtains with the things that go on in the industry and kind of exposing things. So that is also one of the reasons that I like Katt Williams as a person, other than just a comedian, but it makes me appreciate his art and his talent even more, because that's the way he expresses things that he doesn't necessarily get to express outwardly like he did on Shannon Sharp's show. And because I'm an artist, I make music, I understand that language, the language of creative expression. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold back though if I see something that casts him in a negative light. I don't believe in good or bad readings, because good and bad is relative to perspective. I just like to say that some things, some people need to call me on, and some things, some people can skate by without. So with that being said, let me just call up Katt Williams, and let's just see what's going on with him and kind of where he's at with why he decided to go on this expose and go in and let have like he did. Katt Williams, you really went in and let have, and you could have really chosen to temper yourself and still tell the truth. But you gave a delivery that I feel is more deliberate. And I'm curious about why you chose violence. Katt Williams, 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 Katt Williams. Come into my cards. Let me see your soul. Katt Williams. Is that what you're doing, bearing your soul? Katt Williams, let me see your soul. Speak to me here just as freely as you spoke with Shannon Sharp. Why did you choose to deliver your messages this way, your opinions? You've been blackballed so many times. You've had so many attacks on you for being outspoken, yet you chose violence this time. Why? Katt Williams. Why did you choose to deliver your opinions this way? Why did you choose to stir the hornet's nest this way? Katt Williams has nothing to lose with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. He has nothing to lose at this point. Challenging him, I think that this could possibly challenge anyone else that's considering going on his show, or this could further blackball opportunities for him with people like Ricky Smiley, who has power in the radio syndicate, people like Tyler Perry, who definitely won't be happy about what he said, what Katt Williams said. You know, he can try to make things harder for him, but I think this is in a challenging position because Katt Williams doesn't have anything to lose. It's been challenging for him to get positions because he's been blackballed. So what does he care? Most recent past is his sit down with Shannon Sharpe. Now, I do believe that Katt Williams got paid for this, which is the lower side of the pentacle. Shannon's side, though, is up higher because his views have gone up higher than maybe any other interview that he's ever done. I've never seen any of his other podcast shows, so I can't say what may be his highest rating show, but I think that this has been his highest rating interview. Both of them benefited from this. Shannon benefited more, though. And Katt doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. Near future, there's going to be so much conversation around what Katt said. The people that he spoke up about are going to continue speaking up on behalf of themselves. They'll be, you know, responding to him in their own ways. Katt could possibly continue speaking. Us, the masses, the public, we're going to be talking about it. There's going to be so much chatter. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Katt has more to say. Depending on how people respond to him, he will have more or less to say, methinks. In his above position, the Two of Swords in reverse, like Katt says, he has seen and heard a lot of things, and he's collected a lot of tea in his time in Hollywood. Things that people have told him that he has sat on, and he will continue to rest on the things that he knows that he could expose. He's made his decision, and his decision is, I'm going to say whatever I want. I'm going to expose whatever I want because I know things about people that people don't want me to know about them. And it is reflected in his so below position because these are the various things and the various people that he knows things about. There is one in particular, really big fish that he knows something about. And he briefly mentioned it because it could open up the doors for all these other teacups that he has. Methinks when he mentioned P. Diddy's name and when he's mentioned Tyler Perry's name, he was trying to drop another kind of tea without just coming out and saying everything. I think he was so caught up in his moment that he didn't go in and let have completely, and that was intentional too. But I think if he wanted to further elaborate on P. Diddy, he would have ended up back at Tyler Perry, and he would have connected the dots on everybody that he mentioned. I did not watch his whole interview. I started watching it, but it was too long and I was too tired. But I know that he mentioned something about them getting light-skinned wives that you never hear anything about. It's like a package that you get. He said that because I think that he wants us to know that those men also they have other sexual activities behind closed doors, and the wives are usually just a front and something for their image to make them look good. As we know that white women and foreign women and light-skinned black women are preferable in Hollywood. Allegedly. Sipping on gin and Sprite. I usually don't drink gin, but my brother-in-law bought me a bottle of Hendrick's gin for Christmas because I had it one time at their house, and I said, oh, this is nice. This is better than any of the other gin I've ever drank. And I guess that made him think, oh, Dina likes gin. When it comes to white liquor, I am a tequila girl. I like Don Julio. but he bought it for me, and it's not New Amsterdam gin, so I'm drinking it. And it's true. It's better quality gin than New Amsterdam and other things like that. But typically, I'm not a vodka girl. I'm not a gin girl. I'm a tequila girl, or I like a nice brown liquor. All right. Advice, current actions, position. Katt Williams. Bringing up things from the past. Some would say things that you should have let go of. However, methinks the constant struggles that Katt Williams faces in the industry for being authentic and not going along with certain programs causes him to have to keep a stash of memories and things that he's found out and seen and heard and tea that he has from the past. 6 of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups in his below position. These are things from his entire career in the industry that he knows, and he's threatening to tell. He said, you know, people don't want me to go to talking, and they don't. But in his advice and current position, Katt is kind of letting them know, I know the things, and I have nothing else to lose, so I'm willing to speak on the things. I think that this is leverage for him in this Me Too era, while all the gatekeepers are currently scrambling to get themselves out of any implications of anything that could affect their career or their standing in the industry. You have people who are coming forward willing to shake the table in order to say, hey, you may have created some obstacles for me in my career, but now is the right time for you to no longer be an obstacle for me, because I could expose you. And I know you don't want that right now in this Me Too era. Nobody wants that. So I know things. Unblackball me or call off the dogs and leave my name alone. That's what I get from Katt Williams. External energy. Now, I don't know if Katt Williams is going to lose money. However, I get that someone is going to try to stop Katt Williams' bags, and I want to say that methinks in my spirit and my guts that this person isn't Tyler Perry. It is allegedly Ricky Smiley. I think that Ricky Smiley is allegedly going to try to stop whatever bags Katt Williams has or could have, allegedly. I get that Ricky Smiley is the most offended and the most upset about this, more than anybody else that Katt Williams spoke on. Hopes and fears. I think that Katt Williams hopes that he could get his own special, his own comedy show or something like that. I feel like that's what he wants. He wants his own gig. Whatever it is that Katt Williams wants, he wants it to be his own. Or he hopes that people know that whatever. I think he just wanted to tell the truth and let people know that maybe whoever spoke on his name before were hating on him. He is the top tier premier comedian. People get their material from him. People get influence from him. There's no way Ricky Smiley could have been casted for the position that he played because he wrote the material. He did this, he did that. I think he wants to kind of remind people of who the F he is in this industry, in the entertainment and comedy genre. I think he wants respect on his name to let people know that I am a creative, I am an artist. I write, I direct, I create from the ground up. I have had many of my own specials, and I can have many more of my own specials. And I definitely think he wants his own special after this interview. I think it would be a good business move for him, and I think he's thinking of it the same way. Final outcome for this reading, I think that Katt Williams is going to decide to take an opportunity that had possibly been presented before, or if Katt Williams has been on a hiatus and kind of has been sitting things out because there possibly could have been a blackball, or he could have wanted to not deal with the industry in the way that it was presenting itself to him. I think that he's going to step out now. I think that this new interview created a new buzz, a new demand for Katt Williams. A new buzz, a new demand for Katt Williams. And I think that he's going to start considering new offers that he's been ignoring. And I think he's been ignoring them because the other offers that he was getting were on other people's terms. They benefited the other people. He may have had to do things or settle for things that he may not have wanted to. So he decided to dead his career, because if he continued his career, it would have caused him to have to sell out or do some things he didn't want to do. And his choice to just take a hiatus on his career in the way that he has. Not saying he's been completely out of the game, but saying for him, he's turned down some things, and he chose to do that because he doesn't want to participate in the devilish stuff. And to him, it's devilish stuff that is required of you to be on in the industry. But I think after this comedy special, I think that there are going to be some offers presented to him that are more in his favor. So he will be more willing to take them and more willing to consider them. I'm only going to look at 2 cards, the Six of Pentacles in reverse and his external energy, because I want to see if that's someone trying to stop his bags. Someone will be trying to stall his career and or behind the scenes change the narrative or perspective about Katt Williams. I kind of get gossip. Someone is definitely going to try and is already trying to stop your bags behind the scene. There's the gossip as well. And in my spirit, in my gut, I get Ricky Smiley allegedly, because he doesn't want people to associate him with being a cross-dresser or transsexual or anything like that. When methinks, and this is just my opinion, methinks there is good reason to think that about Ricky Smiley. He thinks that Katt Williams said it because he knows things about Ricky Smiley. And methinks that Ricky Smiley has a very spiteful and vindictive energy and is going to try to create obstacles for Katt Williams behind the scenes, allegedly. I actually do get some alleged cross-dressing energy here, switch hitting, one way in the day, one way at the night, and how this could ruin somebody's audience of elderly Black women, religious Black people in the Bible Belt. This could be TP or RS. However, I strongly get RS. I get TP is got bigger issues on his hands, and he's so wealthy that he can afford to ignore this and not respond at all. RS though, Ricky Smiley, allegedly, I get that he can't. For one, even if he could afford to let this go, he wouldn't, because his energy is a little bit more catty and vindictive. So I do see behind the scenes he's going to be gossiping, talking trash, trying to sway people's opinions, get people to not like, get people to not want to work with Katt Williams. However, I don't necessarily see that working as much as he thinks it will, because behind the Four of Cups reversed and Katt Williams' final outcome, there is going to be a turn in the energy in the industry with the way things were towards Katt Williams with that Judgment card. I think that at one point there was an agreement to blackball Katt Williams and not allow him to get any opportunities, whereas now throw him a bone, because at the end of the day, Katt Williams just wants to survive and he wants his legacy to be intact, and he feels like it should be, because he's never participated in any of the devilish things that a lot of people are getting caught up in. So there will be a decision made behind the scenes now that he's called the dogs. And a lot more people will be scrambling to work with him. A lot more people who would have turned their heads from working with him, I think will be willing to work with him now, as long as he's willing to keep it cute and mute about anything else that he could say or would say. I think that his interview did and will cause enough fear in the right people for them to say, hey, let's just let him work. Let me just stop trying to block his opportunities and let whatever is his be his, and I'll just go my own way too, because I don't want no smoke with him. Not in this 2024, 2023, 2024 era of exposing celebrities. There's absolutely, I'm sorry to say this, but allegedly there has absolutely been someone holding back Katt Williams' opportunities until he decides to participate in the devil activities. If he doesn't, he hasn't been able to get opportunity, because then he can say what he wants, make whatever demands he wants, and nobody can hold anything over his head in order to make him their subordinate, their slave. Katt Williams has played by his own rules. It's made him successful, and he has dodged the attempts to make him do the things that the people in the industry have to do to get on, and it's cost him dearly. I see it clearly here. If he said he turned down P. Diddy allegedly, then he did. But P. Diddy ain't the only man that's approached Katt Williams in the industry that he has had to turn down based on his integrity. And Katt Williams, you will get your reward for this, because if Diddy was one of the people who was holding opportunities for you, if Tyler Perry allegedly, Ricky Smiley, or anybody else was, you've got the upper hand on this one, because you've shaken the table successfully. And the thing about it is, people like Katt Williams. People ride with Katt Williams. People believe Katt Williams. And in this Me Too era, while everybody is being exposed and has the potential to be exposed in the future, nobody wants him to continue shaking the table, and they know he will. So they will lift the black ball that was on Katt Williams, and he will be able to consider offers that maybe he didn't consider before, because he didn't want to necessarily partner with those people. Now he doesn't mind it, because they won't be trying him the way they used to as gatekeepers. They've had to humble themselves and kind of be straight and narrow. So with that being said, that is my Katt Williams reading. You guys enjoy. Have a nice Thursday. Maybe see you guys Friday. Maybe see you guys tomorrow. Bye. And one more thing about that outcome before I go. I actually think that with the Four of Cups reverse outcome, I think that a lot of things that may have been said, a lot of rumors that may have been said about people in the past, whether they were publicly known or behind the scenes known, are going to start getting a second glance because of things Katt Williams says. I think that people are going to continue revisiting old rumors, revisiting old topics about the people that he spoke out about. I think this is also going to open up a rabbit hole for those people involved. But I think that it will turn the tables in Katt Williams' favor. But I do think that some things that may have been whispered about, either in very small whispers or loudly in the past, will also start to get a second glance because of Katt Williams shaking the table. All right, bye for real this time.